tranquil after the storm. Blessed shadow, turning, winding, always night follows day. No sun will shine again. Walk on, never look back. Through you we live tales of loss and fire and fame. Every word on our hearts engraved. In the dark you will.
Hello, my Chaos Kits. It has certainly been a while since we've done this, but we will be finally continuing a little bit of Final Fantasy. It is good to see you all. I hope you are having a wonderful 4th of July for those that are my US residents. For those that aren't, I hope you are still having a wonderful day. Hello, Golden. How are you? So I goofed a little bit, and I forgot that Dawn Trail came out and that there was going to be a massive update, and so we are currently updating. But as soon as the update is done, we will get into it. I am planning on a 3 to 4 hour stream today for Final Fantasy, and hopefully we will have a continuation later this weekend. I know that we are towards the end of StormBlood from what I've been told. So let's see how far we can actually get today. And yeah. I am very bored. How are you? I'm doing all right. It's been a quiet 4th of July so far. No one's blown out my eardrums blasting fireworks right outside my door. I know as the night progresses that will probably happen and go till way late into the morning, because, well, they do that here. They do that here a lot. How are you doing, Golden? Besides being very bored, what are your plans for the 4th of July? With a firework? Probably wait for another hour before going to launch some fireworks. Okay. Are we talking like So, I'm not sure the restrictions on what kind we can actually have here, because of how long I've lived in this state. Do they allow ones that you can actually fire off into the sky, or are they just low altitude fireworks? Like, from where I'm originally from, back in Arizona, we were not allowed to have actual, like, fire off into the sky fireworks. You can get sparklers, you can get, hi Shiv, happy 4th! You could get, sparklers, you could get showers, you could get any of the not above house level actual explosives. If you understand what I mean. Not trees or houses, because... Okay. So, Roman candles, are those allowed here? Because I've seen some damages that those can cause. We are at about 50% of the update. Shouldn't take too much longer here, and we can finally get this rolling. In the meantime, it is chat time. Let's what did we throw up in the background so it's not just my logo? Do this while we're waiting. I can't even do my own shoutouts. I am. Hi, Saya. Yes, please, Saya. Keep all objects that can cause injury away. We'll do one more for the lovely Saya. Saya's, for those tuning in, Saya's been a friend for a long time now. They generally stream, old RPG games. As looks like this is a Pokemon stream here. Thank you, Golden. You terrible. Day. Tasty, hi. What time is it where you're at right now? Oh, much love to you too. 9:30 a.m. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're approaching 6:30 at night right now. 6. I appreciate the lurk. You're amazing. And once again, congratulations on becoming an Elden Lord. Oh, what is all this? Uh, we have a bunch of new buttons. Get rid of this. I already know about that. Get rid of that. What is Templa's Returner's Bounty? Sure, I guess. Oh, I got a little crown now. I'm no longer just a sprout. I have a crown. Right, so from what I remember, huh, um, last time we were here, we had just done a big battle to recapture this bridge connecting the uh, the western side here with the eastern side, leading into the I guess Alamegan area. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp, Marshal Turpin reports that their sweep of the customs interior has been completed. So it's finally over, huh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Custom Veladun is well and you're truly ours. Mayhap this calls for... Wait, where is Minago? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the Im tribe where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Villadine had a mind to give them trouble on the way back east, but she was nonetheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that our people were safe. Though I pray you're right, it would be best if Minago were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is all right. If that is your wish, then I have no objection. Just let the god know when your wrist cross. Alright, so we finally made it across the bridge. And we're now in unexplored territory. Which means it's time to collect Aether Currents again. And the Fate with bonus XP might as well take care of it while we're on the way. Thank you, Shiv. There we go. That should have fixed it. Come on, you bird. Good. Thank you again, Shiv. I probably wouldn't have noticed for hours. And down with the bird. Oh, it's just right here? The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. Don't mind me, I'm just checking out your village. It's a deep hole. We'll get the aetherite. Monaco.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
I'm pretty sure I've been mispronouncing that this whole time.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana.
That I know I've been mispronouncing.
The Kaliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
Did she actually just kill her?
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
Wait.
She summoned a primal then and there?
I mean, it's not surprised with how that played out.
She did.
But that means
Only
there's
for an
another primal
instant.
for me to have to deal with.
Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kalyana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us.
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Yes. I'll always take more armor. If anything, it's cosmetics. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I have been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather, your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Rama would soon have kept the forests for his children. But Ram would sooner keep to the forests with his children. Ere we decide to challenge the Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her unto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north will you find our village. The Raisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Minago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. This thing's got some big horns. I'll survive. I'll survive. Ow. It's like, did they get rid of my... Did... With the release of Dawn Trail, they got rid of my, They got rid of my engagement ability? What? Defying actions and change settings are enabled. No mercy to Sonic Break. Settings can be adjusted to be the action change settings? What's that? Okay. I lost the flip scale on Dark Knight. Which one is the flip scale? I don't play Dark Knight. Okay, so it's called Trajectory now. Welcome back, Golden. What other changes have they done to my class? Oh, it doesn't do a damage now, though. Oh, that's... It just gets me close, it no longer does damage. Ah. I used to use that for damage in my combos. Okay, so this just adds cartridges, okay. Yeah, neither does the one they replaced it. So did they just make tanks now? Like, I mean, not in that fashion. I mean, more along the role of tanking, not just DPS tanks. Reign of Beasts. Double down. Okay, so that's an old one. Great Nebula. Reduces damage by 40%, increases maximum health by 20%. How is that different from Nebula? Reduces by 30. Okay, so it's a heal. Increases the defense buff and also gains healing. Okay. And then Reign of Beasts. Deliver an attack to the target and all nearby enemies. Can be executed when ready to reign. Hyper velocity. Can all be executed when ready to blast. Faded brand. Delivers an attack to 120 to all nearby enemies. Delivers an attack to all nearby targets for 1,000. Lionheart for 1,200. Oh, so this is just like a super long combo now. Reign of Beasts changes to Noble Blood, changes to Lionheart. Okay, so that's probably a continuation of this then. Gnashing Fang. What's the... How do you get ready to rain? Or... Oi, I'm checking stuff right now. Don't hit me. Oh, okay, I'm supposed to... I'm not actually supposed to kill them. Whoops. No wonder I wasn't making progress on that. I'm so used to using that actual thing in my combo, I keep hitting it by accident. Oh, you killed my target. No wonder it died so quickly. Shiv, do you know if any other big changes they made? I started playing again yesterday, so not really. Okay. Well, it'll be a learning experience for the both of us. Well, I think we found the Anata camp. Are they hostile, though? No, they are not hostile. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We come seeking Sarish of the Vira. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them. But we must first learn more of the Sir Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. Is it? I updated this. Why does it still say Elden Ring? What? Yeah, on here it says it's what? I on here it's saying Final Fantasy. Why didn't it update? Hmm. But hi, Aloria. Welcome. The primal's motives have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother who had just borne witness. Moreover, the Kyana's conception of Sir Lakshmi. I am having a pretty decent day so far. This is true. The Veera in Kyana. The Veera Sir Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will. And so we stand with the resistance against the Empire and give our lives for the cause. Videkiana Alana. However, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft, to shape crystals into less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is impugned with a fragment. Heroes do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kyana Kirala were content to inwardly ignore our plight. Until reality asserted itself, and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see this won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kyala bade the Veera which make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake in their primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kyala. Will you help them to see reason? Be straight up with her. I might need to kill her. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajra will guide you to the Jean Quat, and I shall pray for your safety. Some of these names are very hard to pronounce, and I know I'm messing them up. Well met, scions. I am Vajra, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. You are ready? You look ready. Janan Khat. There you will find Kirlana's crystals and Shalakshmi. Follow me. We have a side quest over here, which I'm assuming is the final one for travel. Yes, Eloria, I'm hoping you have a wonderful day as well. I'd give you a shout out, but I know you don't like shout outs, so I won't do the shout out, but I will at least tell people that if you would like to see a very good bunny streamer that plays a bunch of Pal World amongst a few other crafting styles, you should check out Eloria. Well, these guys were a pushover. Where did he run to? Oh, there he is. I'm in the middle of talking to somebody, thank you. Sometimes creatures can be just so rude. But welcome in everybody, for those that are tuning in now. I hope you're all having a wonderful day.
Oh.
Goodness. That's 2 golden, you got 1 more. Then you're all out of bites. You fiendish little kitten. You're like the little black kitten meme where you pick it up by the scruff of its neck and it just claws out in front, holding onto something. I know. We had to nerf you. Day 1 patch. Every few minutes there'd be a nomp sound. A gagana. It's like it couldn't decide if it wanted feathers or not. Just to drive through the dark countryside. Ow. Rude. The path that leads to the entrance above. Within is an aetherite. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Yao Nan Yan. I think you've been hanging out with radio a bit too much. That is a big antlion. It says there's a aether right here, but I don't see it. Or another aether, current. Oh, it's up there. Excuse me, coming through. I think you're a little more than just a furry. Alright, teleported in. Well, she's certainly pretty.
Why, mistress? Why does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Alice.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alice, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you
She's trying to
from your
indoctrinate.
burdens.
She's trying to indoctrinate.
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be.
She's
I
hot.
will not warn you a second time.
She's certainly very, very beautiful. But she's got that, like, stuck-up cunt vibe. I don't like her. No like. Gotta put her down. I know, it was stupid and foolish, but I had to try. I had to. I had to try, and I failed. So you have to fight. There is no other way. Never stop trying. It's all we can do. It means a lot to hear you say that. It does. But it doesn't make it any easier to have to ask you to face that thing. We can but do that which is within our power. Lys, Alphino, and I will go and seize the crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Alright, let's go slay a primal. Again. Yeah, 1 second. One moment, everyone. Okay. Here we go. Let's go slay us another primal.
Open your hearts to me.
The music, though. Sorry, Shadow. I really wanted to continue because it's been a long time.
rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Oh, she's huge now. Uh-oh. Did we just die? No, no, we're okay.
I shall free you from your hate.
Oh, we lost one of our healers.
Surrender to bliss. Do not your souls weigh heavy?
I'm not sure what this does. I keep getting hit with things that I don't know what they do.
Your souls are stained.
Alright, so all I figured out so far regarding this is when the, like, bubble things appear to use the special ability. I'm guessing if you don't, you die. Let me get safe here. No, why would you do that? Why would you dash? Huh.
I shall free you from your hate.
Yeah, I'm guessing if you don't actually use that, you die from that attack. Even the way she dies is like, she tries to die beautifully. I was gonna make a joke, but never mind. No, let's go on. Let's hear it. How bad is it?
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
Love it.
I know there's
Yes,
nothing I can
the
do
Garden
to
of
you,
Salvation raid.
but I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
God, I hated that raid so much.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up.
There's so many ways the raid can break though in Screw a Run.
Gyr Abania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together.
Especially the final boss.
Half an hour in Alize awaiting.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
Cut their heads off.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble so? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
Who is this? What was that? I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind. We'll deal with them when the time comes. Ooh, new earrings! Oh wait. Isn't my earring Menphilia's? Yeah, so I don't want to change that. Or Menphia's. Menphina's. Yeah, I don't want to change that because this one automatically... Yeah. You have done us a great service this day, and long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us spare a word of them to Shilakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Viranila. So I move faster now, right? Yes. Can't catch my wolf, it's faster. It's okay, Golden. If you ever want to know the story of the game without having to actually play it, go back through my YouTube videos. I do have my a collection of all of my playthrough progress so far. And if anyone would like a recap to just see how everything's been going, I do have a different playlists for different games that I've tried to do playthroughs of. Some might not have videos of the initial start of certain playthroughs, but that's because I didn't get it up and running immediately. But I've been trying to stay on top of it for other games that I start. The winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kayla sisters in her laurel. For this we thank you. The warrior did the deed. We were but witnesses to her heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there is no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods of salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sisters' plight at our peril, this we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, Alamegans and Anata. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will be friends of the Vira. You have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you, Sirisha, for everything. Alright, well, you guys can walk back to the stones. I'm just warping. Yet somehow, they'll be there ahead of me. Oh. Yes, need to remember to get the chocobo keep. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Terrapin came to render aid. I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sir Lakshmi's gone. But I should probably start at the beginning. Well, at first there were a couple of snake people, and then we helped the other snake people, and then a bunch of people died, and... Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows what would have happened. Saved a lot of lives, Mirish. Take pride in that. It must be said that something of the unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kiana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient aether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how best to enforce the said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters then, what news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Vendadain. Regardless of the reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally! He was almost most empathetic that you would be spared further duties of the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the Warrior of Light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or quick as her, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. The same goes for you, Minako. You've been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. And what kind of sus things are you hearing, Golden? We all know that the sussiest one of all is you. Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you the proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of Villadine. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings, so we give thanks, as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, eat your fill for now. Eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There's more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if we do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Yida would prepare it with herbs and spices. My mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they didn't let us have even that. Theodric, Gaius, of course father and Nita had to fight. I would have had to if I'd been older, but they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts. They treat us like them. They push and they push and they... until someone pushes back. Until someone takes up arms or someone's a god. A false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What were they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better and it just goes on and on and on. There is no justice, just us. I know. That's why we're here, isn't it? Thanks for listening. I know I'm just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there are even any. Either way, life goes on and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Marish. Are you kidding? The Warrior of Light hardly ever sleeps. There's something said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Yoo, yoo. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should be advanced to the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There's a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Okay. Well, let's take flight. Yep, flying car. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear that we've taken Gyr, and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give us a shout to the lads as you pass, eh? It is almost time for dinner.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those three towers to the east? That's her. Sits right at the edge of the cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Veladine was so important? Right then, come along, they're waiting for us in Alagiri. Booster jets. Oh, there it is. How do we get there? Okay, that one's pretty far east. Let's see. It's probably wherever this is. I'm nowhere near you, go away.
Oh.
That's your last one, Golden. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you've been quite busy in our absence. Less than you, I imagine. The Imperials fled at the comet. We took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We're about to discuss our strategy to seize the Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves, and join us when you're ready. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. And we'll get the Aetherite. That everyone? Then let us begin. Allegheny is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means we'll need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. And we have no choice but to accept what we are given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on the Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I will hold the Science in reserve at Algrid to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Marish after what she's done through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. No. If she wants to fight, I say let her fight. Thanks. I knew you would understand. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alize can stay with Mirish. Oh, go if you must, and the two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility. What are they doing with Cryo?
Oh, my head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
So you're a psychoscientist.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Oh, Been wondering where you've been.
Found you.
So full of fire and ego, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't mind too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I was meant to let Lise go alone. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across some new pair of soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Renault's squadron. They are already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Am I just dumb? Is it... Is what it... I thought the character that wanted to be stronger was a male, and it was... No, Fordola is female. She's a female that is slaughtering her own people. But, give me just a moment. I need to go, oh. First off, untangle this controller. I need to go ahead and put the food in the oven and start a timer for it. Okay, we need a timer for 18 minutes. Okay. And away we go. That's one group. And down with the next one. Give me a moment, Marish. Say it again, if you would. No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me appraised of any further developments. That was our involved. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Marish? Any trouble? And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula Imperatoris is going well. Oh, they're just blowing it all up.
Whoa! You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people, are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
They're not about to kill Conrad, are they?
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Ransford, Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
That is a big cannon. That's a revolver.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
What happened to Conrad and them? By the 12th, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Gyr Abania. That was an Imperial installation, and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. This way. There's no time to lose. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother. Right now. I'm glad you're here, Mayrish. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us. On Specula Imperatoris. Think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us? Let's damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. Alizé? Alizé, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. I can't believe they actually fired on the tower. Oh. Okay, that's someone's pet. I was about to say, what kind of creature is this? Some type of Cerberus looking thing. Thank you. I think I can manage my own. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. You gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Religiri's not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Mayrish, ward of House Forton. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then, and now. I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times thank you. Conrad! Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you. To victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Next round, double the charge.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
Stinian!
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
I gotta pause for just a second because I gotta pull the stuff out of the oven before it burns. Alright. Thank you for the patience, everybody. Food is only slightly burned.
The savages are coming!
We could have killed him. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was the response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God is my witness, there will be a reckoning. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. Let's remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kemp's body. Find my sister and return to Alagiri. There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alphino. Tell me he's alright. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though, saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need help on our way. There. It was long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. I half expected you would just slit my throat. To hell's with this. I should be back home in Isbad instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. Such a good boy. Bless you, kind... Wait, is that you, Mayrish? Didn't recognize you at first, but feeling a bit dizzy. Might have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. What are you? It's just a fatty Deathclaw. It's a fat Deathclaw. He's full of soup. Deathclaw full of soup. For those that get that reference, you're great. You're great. Keep doing what you're doing. Mayrish, we've given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rights must need to be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance and Resistance unions have now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It's time we spoke with General Adine. These deaths weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, and above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of those departed. We've suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when you next face the enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Gyr Abania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces if they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again? Mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of the officers found his conscience after the first barrage? Or a hitherto unknown resistance faction chose the moment to disable it? There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. Then I'll just have to go and see for this myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago. I do. But I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papa Limo and I arrived in Ralgo's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions. But even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse. But I was still afraid of following my heart, because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Yida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who struggled with the same worries. And as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago, I'll come back, I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Hex's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do it so alone. Mayrish, would you go with her? I suppose someone's got to keep her out of harm's way. Then it's settled. We'll await your return. I'm sorry to drag you into this, Mayrish. It may not have been the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I will never be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now all I can do is be myself. Do Gunblade! Yes! Gunblade! If you don't mind, I would rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. Njungkrp's Hope. The ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Please, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? Alright, so I guess we're gonna go climb a ship now. What'd you get for food, Golden? Something tasty? Well, I mean, I hope it's tasty, but... Guardian Beast. Oh, a giant rock golem. I think I need to switch these up a little bit. Actually, I'll just do this. Let's switch for... let's switch for Sonic Break, because now that Sonic Break can just proc off of that, then I won't need that there. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. Phew, that took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is, Nunkemp's hope, the ark that made one man, made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. It's comforting to think that there will always be people who care this much about their fellow man, who accomplish such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. But the proof's right there, right here, isn't it? And I don't just mean the ship, you know, I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to, sometimes even when they didn't want to, too. It can't have been easy staying true to yourself. But we're all better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Hien, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough, yeah? Strange to think back on it. Amidst abandoning of different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad. Or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? Is that smoke from Gyr Abania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon! I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance. Mayrish, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Gyr Abania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's championing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. That's a strange word. I know what it means, but trying to say it. We have to tell the others. Come on. Wait, maybe it's champing, not championing. Champion. I hate the English language. Easier down than up, huh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix the cannon. There's no time to lose, Mayrish. General Dean needs to know what we saw. Yes, he does need to know, so we should stop talking about it and just go. You have returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Nunkerv's Hope and spied smoke rising from the Castrum Abania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tulipin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Abania at once. It could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could have simply kept firing. Be that as it may not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the Castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will be able to at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk. But how are we to infiltrate the Castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Gyr Abania, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions in Castrum Abania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they will be just as happy in working with fellow Alamegans. At the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Aelize and Marish, I am sure. Well then, if you are all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We'll make ready to march on Castrum Abania. Go, and may Rhalgr watch over and keep you. As a few of you are quite aware, I am not the best at speaking aloud, but I try to do it even with speaking difficulties that I have. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess, my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lys, nor less Alamigo. Castrum Abania is the largest Imperial facility in the Peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Cries is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Krell might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it. So, to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Taloprin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing the intelligence reports while Marish and Lys were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor in either Specula Imperatoris or Castrum Abania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Aye, you have it right. They got a better deal than most Alamegans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave us. Damned if I know how Marshal Taloprin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I also understand their desire to look after their families by any means. Our contact is a Rodergan woman. She will ask us a question after we answer with courage. She will know us as friends. Courage. Right. Let us put together a squadron, Nago. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything. Alright, we are at the 3-hour mark, just like I said we would be getting to. And so after starting this quest here, I will put us at the gate, and we'll be stopping here for now. I do plan to continue this either sometime later this weekend or on Monday. And we will be going from there. Ah. But that was, losing the people we did in that way. I wish there was a better way for them to go out. It's... He wasn't a character I was extremely attached to because of how little we've gotten to really connect with him so far. But I still wish there was a better way he could have gone out. That's, it's unfortunate, but I understand how they needed to, kind of get leased into the role as the Resistance commander now. But yes, we will definitely be picking up more of this later this weekend, if not, then on Monday. And, hopefully be wrapping up StormBlood by then. Dorma, please, get out from under my feet. Alright then, let's see who is available that we can raid. And after that... No, go! Go, shoot! I'm not dealing with you right now. No, go! You... obsessive cat. Let's see here. You know what? Shiv joined us earlier today, so we will direct the raid back to them. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, and a happy holiday for those that reside in the US area. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Until then, thrive in chaos.